in this league. You only 3 starts in, but what does it mean to just kind of earn that respect already from the league level?
Well, no, Jeffrey Sims, he's a great player, of course, and he bring that energy in the game, and I respect him, of course, going into the game, and even after the game and everything, that he's the competitor he is, and I was just excited, to have that experience to be able to play against him, one of the best.
Shedeur, Kevin officially announced that you're going to get to start the final 4 games. Obviously, you're talking about how you think of this opportunity. But you feel like this is now like a real audition to show that you should be QB entering the 2026 season, and maybe the team should consider doing things right.
Yeah, that's a long, deep thought. That's not in my focus. My focus right now is the team we're playing ahead, the Bears. So anything past that, I'm not really focused on. Honestly, I'm thankful for it, but I'm not content, with my situation, with everything, and with leading this team.
Sure, the Bears lead the NFL with 18 interceptions. So as you go through this week, what do you have to focus on, and how do you just approach that whole situation?
I think when you're approaching any week, I don't think the intent is to ever throw an interception. So I don't think that's the statistic, lets you know that they're good. They're a good team, but I think when you approach each and every week, I think that defenders are capable of catching an interception.
How about Kevin Byard, just in particular, just how good is he, and what are you seeing of him on film?
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely a vet. We spoke about him here, and he's obviously a great player. Been around the league for a minute. So I have definitely a lot of respect for him.
I know that you, before you even got here, you talked about wanting to work on your footwork as one of the areas of your game coming into the league. Your coaches have kind of praised you these past couple weeks for showing improvement in that regard. What does that look like for you in terms of working on that, adjusting some things out there on the field, and how comfortable do you feel after three starts?
I would say I feel the same. I feel the same since I first got here. It's definitely mentally, it's ups and downs, it's different things, but I'll say consistently the same. I tend to stay and feel the same. In college and now, I think footwork and I think all that ties into a lot. That ties into trust. That ties into knowing where you guys are going to be. That ties into everything. So that's where you see the improvement, because that we had that leap of faith, this past week, with knowing that the receiver's going to be in the right places, looking everybody in the eyes saying, I'm going to be there, I got you, building that foundation, building that trust. So when everything, when I trust, then you get the best out of me. You get what I'm saying? It's hard for me as a player to not trust things and play my best. So I'm just thankful that we built those relationships that quickly within the receiver room and within the team and within the O-line and everything. But we're not content.
What allowed you to take that leap of faith?
God did.
You mentioned you had that play at the podium earlier today. You were scrambling around looking like you threw the ball away. Mm-hmm. How do you decide when it's time to just throw it out?
How I decide when? I would say whenever the play's over. Sometimes you get in situations where you gotta understand the play over, and I'm improving in that. I had a little slip up last week, for sure, when knowing the play's over. But I don't know. In those situations, sometimes it's just I want to win so bad. I want to make something happen whenever we're stagnant and stuff like that. So just learning, from the week before when I took a sack that got us out of field goal position. I learned from that, and I was like, okay, knowing where we are in the field, understanding, okay, I tried my first thing, it don't work, get it out, so then I won't negatively affect the team.
I know you played 2 years at Colorado, but what do you think about -15 wind chill in Chicago expected for Sunday?
Honestly, I'm focused on these plays right now. Whenever that happens, one thing you don't want to be is mentally defeated before you get there, Whatever comes with, however it feels out there, just comes with it. We could prepare the best we can and do everything we can, to bundle up. I know you see the 2 sleeves I'm wearing now. So we definitely had to change the style a little bit to make sure I stay warm.
Shedeur, because of your playmaking ability, especially on the platform, how hard has it been for you to, what you mentioned before, kind of break those habits and like survive for the next day?
Not hard. Not hard. It just took took a little explaining. That's it. It was a negative thing to happen for me to just slow down, you know. But it's. I look at everything and I understand. Okay, this is what I was trying to do in this. You know, in this situation, this is what you should do. And sometimes it go your way, then they'll be like, that was lit. And sometimes it don't. So, like, you got to limit those that wasn't the best risk, you know, in certain situations, certain times of the game.
You said your dad was going to get mad at you for that pick.
Yeah.
Did he? And what kind of advice did he give you?
Well, you got, like, during the game and everything, I always hear his voice, you know, like, in my ear. You know, I'm like in certain situations, certain everything, like in a lot of situations, and I know his expectation for me is the highest than anybody is, you know, so that's where playing for him my whole life made it easier to come and play anywhere else, because his expectation, what he has done for himself, even being a player where he understands quarterbacks and everything. So, yeah, he definitely, you know, is hard, and definitely hard on me, definitely tell me, you know, get completions, definitely tell me things like a recap of things, you know, that I need to do better.
Shedeur, the touchdown you ran in towards the end there when the guy rips your sleeve, I guess, like, what's going through your mind in that moment? How do you manage to stay up and everything?
I would say went through the reads, it wasn't there, and just try to make something happen. You know, when we get in the red zone, when we get in that score zone, it's a different mental shape you in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to do everything, because the absolute worst thing, you know, for us that could happen is to kick a field goal. For the best thing for us is to score every time. So when we get in that red zone, it's definitely something we want to be able to put up points on the board and help our defense and help Miles get that sack record.
We're going to take a couple more.
We saw you have a little bit of banter with Jeffrey Simmons after your touchdown, the wrist up to him. How much do you thrive off that banter in the game, that gamesmanship of just like going after the opponent?
Nah, like, you gotta understand, that's my character. I'm not one to do that off rip. Like, I don't do that. I'm not a person that ever try to put someone down, try to ever, like, stunt flex on somebody, because, like, it's no purpose. It don't really help anything. But I only do that when it was, like, initiated. You get what I'm saying? And he's supposed to do that, you know, like, he's supposed to do that, you know, to the crowd, everything, before we even scored and everything. So it's just fun. You know, it's just fun. I don't take anything personal. I know they don't, because it's a heat of battle and it's a respect thing on both sides. So that's just in the game. I don't really look too deep in it. But if I'm initiated to do it, then it kind of like, you leave me no choice.
You're going to have Tony, Scott, and Mary Kay, and then we done.
Of all your past receivers, you seem to have connected with Fannin the most. Why is that?
He's just in the read. He's open. I don't think. I think you got to know everybody's skill set and know what they do well, and part of that is still positioning and having everybody fit your eye. Like, it's a cut pass to Harold I was a little late on. He still caught it. He was still able to make a play, and as time goes on, we'll be able to build that trust, build that chemistry. We'll be able to play at the same speed, to play like with all the guys. So it's kind of like matchups, reads, what the defense is doing. Like, that's who I tend to want to throw the ball to. Whoever the defense isn't really covering like that, it's not really just my favorite guy. Let me just throw it to him.
Hey, I saw the video of you talking to Cam Ward after the game, and he said something about what you're doing in the offseason. You said, you know, that's not your focus right now. Is that because your focus is these Final Four games, and how important then to you are these Final Four games?
Motherfucker, this is my life here, you know. So we on two different spectrums right now. You know, I got to focus on playing my best and being the best player I can for the team. And obviously the situations are different. So I know he puts his all into these games and these Final Four games, but it's just a little bit different, because you don't know what could happen, So I just go here, enjoy my day, work hard, do everything I can, and if I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not. Like, it's nothing in my control, so I try to control what I can control. That's going out there, making the right reads, going out there, doing the right things, being the person I am. And things will fall how they're supposed to.
Shedeur, Ethan is out for the rest of the season, of course,
Yeah.
with the Achilles.